Hey guys, now you know the park Six Flags, like Magic Mountain, you got some in Georgia, you have one in New Jersey with the King Dakar roller coaster. But there are some things you may not know about them, and this is where I come in with 22 fun facts about the whole Six Flags franchise. Now the first thing that you may not know is that there are 18 roller coasters in the Six Flags Magic Mountain. That's the one in Valencia, the one in California, Southern California, that I live nearest to. It has 18 roller coasters in it, which is a world record. It has 17 currently, but in 2013, when the new Full Throttle roller coaster opens, it'll have 18. I'll get back to Full Throttle in a little bit. Now, the name Six Flags actually came from, since it started in Texas, the six nations that have controlled Texas throughout the history of the United States. There is, of course, the United States, the country of Mexico, country of France, Spain, the Confederacy during the Civil War, and the Independent Confederacy. Six Flags actually developed the first steel roller coaster, the Runaway Mine Train, at the Texas Six Flags, and the first log flume, like Splash Mountain or something, that was also at the Texas Six Flags. Now, Six Flags actually owns the U.S. fastest roller coaster, which is King Dakar at the New Jersey Six Flags. It is unbelievably fast. I mean, if I went on that, I'd probably puke, and the puke would probably fly in my face. Yeah, it would not be a good day. Yeah, I'm sorry if you're eating lunch or about to eat lunch if you're watching this video and you saw that visual. Right, moving on from New Jersey back to Valencia for the Magic Mountain, Six Flags amusement park. The Colossus roller coaster. It's a wooden roller coaster. You kind of see it down here, but it's nothing compared to Goliath, which is right above it and it towers over it. And Colossus is kind of like a smaller roller coaster. It's still fun though. But there's a sign on it that says right there, no arm raising. So basically, if you raise your arms, you're gonna get them cut off by a wooden beam. And it shows a guy getting his arms cut off. Not graphic or anything, but just like slamming his arms again. So you're raising your hands like this, and some wood beam is here, and you raise your hands, and they get cut off. So yeah, even on a roller coaster as weak as Gold Rush, which is probably one of the weakest, if not the weakest roller coaster there, no, Bugs Bunny Land, but there are really weak roller coasters at Six Flags, like Gold Rush, but they look extremely dangerous if you're on the ride. Like, you're coming up this, like, small incline, and you come around this corner, and then you drop. So you're dropping right above this incline, right like this. And as you're dropping, this incline is like this, and your head is like missing it by maybe a foot, maybe 6 inches or something. And when I look at that, I think to myself, like, if Shaquille O'Neal went on this, or Yao Ming, is he gonna get like his head cut off or something? I don't know, but that should be like a safety feature, like first drop on Gold Rush, duck. Now on Goliath, it's probably the biggest roller coaster on the west side, or if it's not, then it's pretty close to being the biggest Pacific roller coaster. Now, it briefly had the world record in 2000 for the longest drop and a top speed of 85 miles per hour on that first massive downhill drop. And there's a 120-foot long tunnel at the bottom just because they didn't make the roller coaster as high as they wanted. And the first drop on Goliath is a 61-degree angle. Now, this roller coaster you will know whether you live in California, New York, or maybe even England or Japan or somewhere. It's called X2. Now, it's the first 4D coaster ever built by man. The first 4D coaster ever. But that was the renovation. Now, the old coaster, X, was from 2001. It was supposed to be opened, but it had so many malfunctions that they couldn't open it in 2001. They had to postpone the opening date to January 12th, 2002. So a whole year of technical fixings. So eventually people at Six Flags, they closed down X on December 2nd, 2007, and it was never opened again. It was dead, gone, out of Six Flags, and it was renovated and made into X2. Now, here's something you may think, but is not true. Nobody was killed on X. X was not shut down because someone died on it. That's what people think. People think like, oh, some guy was riding X and then they died and then they shut it down, made it into X2, which is safer. If anything, X2 is more dangerous. I mean, you have freaking flamethrowers blowing fire on either side of you. But there was someone who got killed at Six Flags. That wasn't on Tatsu or Goliath, some huge roller coaster thing they killed on. Someone actually died on Revolution. That wasn't a tourist that died on it, it was an employee. And he was crossing the track, the boarding track where you get on and off of the roller coaster. He was crossing it, and he's here, and the roller coaster comes up and hits him at 4 miles per hour. Yeah, 4 miles per hour, and he dies from it. Wait, you're filming? The state of California cited the Six Flags Magic Mountain for inadequate safety plan for track crossing, failing to document improper track crossings, and failing to document any disciplinary actions taken against workers for improper crossings. Then they fined them $8,745. Speaking of Six Flags and money, Six Flags sells over 15,000 funnel cakes per day. I mean, thousands and thousands of pounds of that batter just deep fried and powdered sugar. I'm getting hungry. It also costs, at the very, very least, $300 million for them to build a new amusement park. They own more than 800 rides, and 120 of those are the roller coasters. So a good, maybe 15% of their rides are roller coasters, which I think is more than any other franchise. They also buy used roller coasters. Yeah, there are theme parks that they don't want their roller coasters anymore, and Six Flags buys them. Moving on to the new roller coaster that will be added in 2013, as promised, Full Throttle. And Full Throttle, its main feature will be a 160-foot loop, which is the tallest and fastest looping roller coaster in the world. It'll start off accelerating you from 0 miles per hour to 70 miles per hour through that loop. Within a split second, you're going from standstill to boom, right through that loop. Now, if that 160-foot loop isn't enough for the top thrill seeker, then they do a backwards launch. You go into here, you park in this big tunnel thing, and it magnetically launches you backwards. But you don't go back through the loop. That would be way too boring. You go over the loop. So literally, here's the loop, and you go over it. So yeah, that is 22 facts you never knew about Six Flags.